Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the Mosh Mob channel. If you're new to the page, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mosh, and it is great to meet you. On this channel, we've been focused more on drones and electric longboards, and I just recently purchased the Exway Atlas Pro 4-wheel drive from Exway, and I love the board. I'm gonna say straight up, I love the board, but I don't like the complicated issues that I've had to deal with from the company itself. The good thing about me purchasing the board straight up, it's not sponsored, so I can say what I want about this board, all the good and the bad stuff. So if you're looking into purchasing the Exway Atlas 4-wheel drive, I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that I found out that nobody has talked about on YouTube yet. So stay tuned, we'll get right into it. Okay, so if you're like me, you're doing a whole lot of research right now on which electric skateboard you should get. There's a whole bunch of different companies out there, different longboards with different needs for different people. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably looking into the Exway Atlas Pro because you want a 4-wheel drive, you want something with a lot more range, you want something with more power, more speed, all that stuff. That's what I was looking for. My needs were met through the Exway Atlas Pro. Now I did look into the Ace Deck X1. That was a beautiful board with the 4-wheel drive. It's the only competitor to this that I've seen. The Backfire Hammer Sledge is really nice, but it just didn't have the range or the power that I really wanted. The controller itself has one button and then the dial for speed. So that makes it go forward and that makes it brake. There is a mode on here called free mode that allows you to go forward and backwards with the same dial right there. And the one button controls everything. So before I get into the features of the boards, let me go over some negative aspects of it. So I got the board with a GAN charger. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. It's spelled capital G, lowercase a, and then a capital N. That's the new charger. It has a new chip in it. Now I got that charger with the board and it overheated and the charger actually blew. So I had to contact Exway and they had to send me a new charger. They sent me the same exact charger, which has been doing the same stuff. It's been overheating and I've only been able to charge with the GAN charger for about a half hour, 45 minutes before the brick of the charger itself gets way too hot, like way too hot, and I have to unplug it. On the charger itself, it says it's red when it's charging and it's green when it's done charging. But if it starts to get really hot, it'll blink red and green back and forth. They don't tell you that, and there's no instructions that come with it that tell you those instructions. But if your charger is blinking red and green, it's too hot and you should unplug it from both the outlet and the board itself. Because if you leave it plugged into the board itself, the LED on the GAN charger will suck the power out of the board. So you got to make sure to be really careful with these chargers. I'll be in contact with Exway. They're on vacation right now for Chinese New Year and they get back on January 30th. So once they're back in the office, I will be speaking to them about hopefully getting one of their older 1000 watt chargers. But if you're facing the same issue, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Get in contact with Exway so that they know that this is happening with these chargers. That's one of the major negatives about this whole board. It's not even the board itself, it has to do with the charger. Everything about the board I love. I'm not going to deny it. The board is great. It comes with a handle and everything, so you'll be able to carry it around. It is really heavy. It is extremely heavy. It is a really, really heavy board. So prepare for that. If you have to walk upstairs or if you have to get on a bus with it, prepare yourself. We're going to go through a speed test with all 4 modes. There are 4 modes on the controller. Mode 1, Mode 2, Mode 3, and then Turbo mode. Bear with me though, because I did record it in kilometers per hour. So I'm going to put on screen what kilometers per hour is in miles per hour. So you guys know the difference between kilometers and miles per hour. I will say that even in 2-wheel drive mode, this thing does pick up relatively fast. And it gets really fast, really quickly. So prepare yourself, make sure you bend your knees properly and do all the proper technique. You see some guys riding goofy in skateboard videos when they're going fast, but that's because you really need to prepare yourself for going fast and picking up that much speed that quickly. I will do a separate video on 4-wheel drive in the future, but for right now I'm sticking with 2-wheel drive on the Exway Atlas Pro. 4-wheel drive will come in the future. I'll do a totally separate video on that. I would like to also say the controller dies quite quickly, so make sure you keep this controller charged. I get about 2 to 3 rides out of it before I have to charge it again, so just make sure that the battery is always charged on your controller. Okay, let me show you this board real quick and how badass it actually looks. These are 160 millimeter tires. So if you're looking for the tubes, the inner tubes are 160. It says it on the wheels right there. 160, so that's the size you want to get. And I've been riding this for about 2 weeks now, every day back and forth to work, and the tires are still good. They're still inflated. I am not going to go into too much of a review or over specs, because if you want to see specs about this board, you can look up the specs and all that information on another video. There's plenty of videos out there that show exactly the numbers correlated with this board. So if you want to look up battery strength, voltage, and all that stuff, just look up another video, because I'm not going to go into detail over that. There's this button on the underside right here that you got to hold for about 5 seconds, and it'll come on. It'll turn red at first, and then it'll turn green once the controller is on and connected to it. Now to turn the controller on, and you just hold down the button for about 2 to 3 seconds, and the logo will pop up, and then it'll be on, and it'll show this screen if it is connected to the board. So as you can see, it is connected. I have full batteries. I don't have too much controller battery left. I should charge it. But it's at 0 kilometers per hour. It shows how far I've ridden it so far and how many miles I've ridden it in this trip so far while it's been on. Right now it's in mode 3. So you basically click so you're gonna go ahead and click the button one time to switch modes. It'll go from gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 3 to gear turbo. Apparently, if you hold down the button for longer than 2 to 3 seconds, if you hold it down for about 8 seconds, it brings up another menu. So let's see what it does. Sorry, my finger's in the way. Okay, it brought up the settings menu. So it says repair 1, repair 2, WD mode, calibration, version, speed unit, advanced, other, and exit. So I assume repair 1 and repair 2 are to repair the controller with the different ESCs involved with the 4-wheel drive. So this would be 1 and this would be 2 if you're in 4-wheel drive. And then WD mode is 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. You can switch it right there. Also other. So you can go in turbo, free mode, cruise. I will say, all in all, this board has been really good to me, and using it as my daily commuter to get back and forth to work, as well as my ride board to have fun with, is going to be great adventures. And I hope you guys stick around throughout these series of videos that I'll be posting on the Exway Atlas. If you guys have any tips, tricks, or questions, leave a comment down below and I'll try to get to them as fast as possible. Now let's do some off-roading in these little bit of trails here. And if you need any more information, like I said, leave a comment down below and I'll keep you guys updated with how I feel about this Exway Atlas Pro, because I'll be riding it almost every single day. So if anything goes wrong, I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Peace and love.